Hello everyone, welcome to Easy Explanation. So in last video we covered the question related to conflict serializability, and in today's video I'll start with another topic, that is log based protocol. Okay, so this is one of the most important protocol, and without any failure you are going to get a theory question from this section. Okay, so before starting what is a log based protocol, let us understand that what is a log. Okay, so in DBMS what happens is we have got concurrent access to a data. Okay, so they're in a multi-user environment, we can say in a multi-user environment where multiple user is going to access the same system. So here in multi-user environment, multiple transaction may access and modify the same data. Yes, so we talked about this, which is in the form of concurrency, that is concurrently. It means that if it is a data D, multiple transaction T1, T2, T3, multiple transaction may try to modify this data concurrently at the same time. So what will happen? We talked about a number of problems, dirty read, dirty update. So to avoid this problem, what we do is, suppose if a transaction T1 is going to update or it is going to work on this data, no other transactions are allowed to use this data. So before using this data or before updating this data, this transaction is going to acquire a lock on this. It's very similar to if you are going to use a room, and if you don't want any other person to enter this room, what will happen? You will go inside this and you will put a lock on the door so that no other person will enter this room and disturb you. Same way, if any transaction is going to use any data, any resource, it is going to use the lock there so that no other transaction will come and disturb, or no other transaction will come and update this data at the same time. Okay, so this is called a log. Fine. And what is the log based protocol? So in DBMS, a log based protocol is a mechanism, we can say, is a mechanism used to control concurrent access to data item by multiple transaction. Okay, so with the help of this log based protocol, it helps us to concurrently access a data by multiple transaction. It means that without any confusion, without any worry, a data can be shared by all the transactions. So with the help of the log. Now we are going to talk about the types of log that we have. Okay, so let me erase this. So the next topic is types of lock. What all types of lock we have got here? So the first lock is, that is one number, it is shared, or we can see a read lock. See, the name itself says it is a shared lock. It means that if there is a data item and if a transaction T1 is there which only wants to read this data, so at the same time any other transaction T2, it can also read this data, because as I told you, for reading the data there is no problem. We are not going to get any issue, because read means to just see the data. We are not going to change the data. So read operation is not a problem for us. So in this case both T1 and T2 can share the lock. Okay, it can share the lock, so it is named as shared lock or read lock. So what is the definition for this? A transaction holding a shared lock on a data item can read but cannot modify the data. See, modify the data. It means that if a transaction is going to acquire shared log, it can only view the data, it can only read the data. Okay, it cannot modify the data. So this is the only log where multiple transaction can hold shared lock simultaneously on the same data. Okay, it means that this is the only lock which can be held by multiple transaction. Fine, so this is called shared lock. Now let's go to the second type of lock. So let me erase first. Okay, so second lock is known as exclusive lock. Exclusive lock, it is also called write lock. Now you might have guessed what is this lock. Yes, of course, if there is a data item D and if any transaction is acquiring exclusive lock or write lock, it means that it is going to change this data. Okay, it can both read and modify the data. So it means that if any transaction is holding this write lock, no other transaction is going to access this data. Okay, only one transaction can hold exclusive lock at a time. Fine, so let me write the definition. A transaction holding an exclusive lock on a data item can both read and modify it. Okay, it means that only one transaction can hold exclusive lock at a given time. Okay, so this was about types of lock. So in next video I am going to cover the types of lock based protocol. Till then, stay safe and thank you.